Alright, welcome everyone to Battle Brothers once again, Season 8. I can't believe it's been 8 seasons of this. We've learned a lot. And now finally, I'm ready to do a campaign that is not going to have any gimmicks. We're just going to go and try to put together absolutely the best group of fighters we possibly can. I'm hoping that this is going to represent a culmination of 8 seasons of learnings about the game. And a lot of mistakes. Best way to learn is making mistakes. I've made a hell of a lot of those. So we're going to be the Golden Company. The Golden Company. Late game crisis, we'll leave it random. We won't leave on permanent destruction though, because I expect this to be an incredibly long campaign. I hope we are going to do everything. We are going to do all 3 of the late game crises. I want to do everything. I want to take out the Black Monolith eventually. I want to do the Orc boss city, I wanted the Goblin boss city, everything. It's going to be amazing. And hang on, is that a G? The gold? Oh, that right. Hang on. Okay, G's like Golden Company. There you go. Random. Map seed. Random. Let's take a look at it. Now, economic difficulty we only need to do veteran. Combat difficulty we'll do expert, and we'll do Iron Man. Starting funds we'll do medium, make it a bit more challenging. But the reason I'm not going economic difficulty expert is it just, in my experience, makes the game more difficult but not more enjoyable. Everything's just more of a grind. All the prices are higher, you get less money, it's just a bummer. The combat difficulty is what makes the game more entertaining as far as I'm concerned. Medium funds, Iron Man mode, let's do this. So like I said, no gimmicks, just the absolute best that we can put together. Which does mean that we are going to be hiring and firing a hell of a lot of brothers, because we're going to be super particular about getting brothers that have stars and starting stats exactly where we want them. That also means, not like last season, we're not going to be hiring, just cultists. I certainly want at least one, because I do want the Dovecool's chosen armor. Sorry, the Dovecool's armor. I'm just accustomed to calling it Dovecool's chosen. That was our company we had for so long. Yes, Holstein. Meat decapitation. Dodge. Ah, here goes our first shield. Shot, Hilder. So, we're going to be hiring, at first, brawlers, farmhands, thieves. These are all very good early game type of characters. And then towards the mid game, we're going to transition into a lot of militiamen, squires, and then eventually it's going to be sellswords, nobles, hedge knights, all the top tier stuff. That means we could be looking at, like, I don't know, damn near 1,000 gold a day in terms of our wages. But hell, I believe that if we get a strong enough team, it could be worth it. Now, I wouldn't normally hire tailors. I'm not crazy about tailors, but if I can pick one up at day 1, you never know, it's worth it. You just never know. Day tailors, what are their stats? I'm just opening up the wiki here. Day tailor. Don't actually know. I'm not going to buy them because I don't see any evidence that you actually get plus any sort of stat. Farmhands, of course, are amazing early game guys because of their plus 10 resolve and plus 10 hit points, making them tough. That's really what you want early on. Buy some of this food here. Okay. Ooh, wow, very interesting. It's super lucky. Randolph the Tailor is dexterous, a star in melee skill, 3 stars in melee defense. That is amazing. He doesn't have a lot of fatigue, which is pretty normal for a tailor, but hell, that is such a nice bonus. Okay, Hildrich, 41 starting ranged skill, and a star in resolve. I like the ranged defense. 2 stars in ranged skill. Is that going to make a decent archer? I think it will with 2 stars. What the hell, we'll make him an archer. So Hilderic, the companion, is obviously going to be an archer. So let's take a second to talk about what the loadout is going to look like, the setup of the team eventually once we get 12 brothers. There's going to be 7 guys up front, all raiders. The raiders are the soldiers that use 2-handed weapons. We'll usually have like 1 guy that'll stand off by the side of the formation, and then there'll be 5 in the middle here. Axes on the flanks, warhammers on the inside flanks, and then 3 great swords on the inside. Or maybe it'll do 2 great swords and 1 mace. Having at least 1 mace brother to guaranteed stun is always very, very useful. Then on the back line here, so Otmar is going to be a banner bro. So his job is going to be just to have high resolve and fight with the banner to increase the resolve of everybody around him. Then it'll be an archer, a crossbowman, an archer, and a sergeant. So the sergeant is going to be quite similar to the battle bro, but instead of the banner bro, but instead of using a banner, he will use pole arms. And he'll have the sash, and he'll also be there to use rally the troops. So then we'll have two guys there that are going to use rally the troops. And then the banner bro and the sergeant are going to take rotation to swap out guys in the front if they get into trouble. That's the idea. Let's see how well we can make it work. Okay, so Hilderich, let's start your walk with the pitchfork. This is great. So I've got two brothers looking at their... Oh, that's nice. Bloodthirsty and brave. That's fantastic. So right off the bat, we've got the two brothers who have the stats that we can use to make them the axe raiders. We're going to be our toughest and best fighters. So Hellstein, axe raider. Now you'll notice in the names of my brothers, they are going to... Some of them will have an R after their title. And that just means that if they are a brother who I want to use for the short term, but eventually replace, the R will just denote that I'm going to need to replace them. So Otmar, we're not going to need to replace him. Hilderich, I don't feel like we need to replace him. He can be a decent archer, probably. Spitzenpils, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Camelot. It is a silly place. Archer, no need to replace him. Nice little starting set of five brothers. I want at least one more, that's for sure. Just to start off, we'll get 6 brothers together, like this. How much money do we have left? Okay, 1,600, that's a fair amount. Evening, duck yours. So head over to Gronenfest and see what we can get there. So what I'm hoping is that I can get hold of a cultist who I can turn into my sergeant. And then what we're also going to do, what I wouldn't normally do, is I'm going to hire a historian and a... what's it called again? The guy who plays the lute. Ooh, that's super tempting. A squire right off the bat, but 21 a day I don't think is very smart. Robert the militiaman is actually pretty damn tempting. He's actually not that badly priced, considering he's coming with armor that's okay for the beginning. What the hell? Hire him. Let's take a look at his stats. Okay, not great, but he's determined, so that's fantastic. He's going to be quite tough. I think we can make him a warhammer, a hammer raider. Robert, we've been super lucky with the brothers we've bought so far. Nice. I'm very pleased with the starting 6 lads. Let's see if we can't get some better armor. Just bear in mind I do need... What's on the shopping list here? I need a shield and a dagger. And I need a dagger and a spear. Dagger, dagger, shield, spear. God, determined is so amazing. So effectively his melee skill is going to be plus 10%, so 57. He's going to be really good, even though he doesn't have a star in melee skill. It's the fact that he's determined is what makes me happy to keep him. I'm just looking at who's got the highest accuracy value. I might actually give Holstein this bludgeon, just to, you know, try to do some stun locking. And then you guys at the back, I'm not too phased about the fact that you're in such light armor. $680 gold left over. What do I get here? Maybe we can pick up some thick tunics. That cheap dagger is super tempting, but no, I need a pitchfork. Let's Some of that. Nice little starting lot of 6 brothers. Is there any way, I was going to think maybe we could justify getting one more cheap brother in here, just with a pitchfork, but I don't think we have the money for that. Okay, this is a decent little starting group. Let's get a drink. Hey, cheers. Who else is quite cheap? 190 gold messenger isn't bad. These deserters have some decent melee and range skill, but their lack of resolve is a real problem. Gamblers I'm not crazy about. We'll be coming back and hiring that squire at some point. Anyway. Turn to Wagenheim. Oh, and one quick thing. Let's take a look at this map we got here. We've got one major house here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cities. And then 2 smaller houses by the looks of things. Oh, okay, now hang on, sir. We've got House Amont. We neither despise nor fear. That looks like a neutral description. House Kaltenborn. Firmly in act and gently in manner. Okay, so these are the good guys. I quite like good guys. And then House Rosenvink with good right. It's a pretty neutral description. But in deciding which house we're going to ally with, we will take a look at which of the houses have what available. Basically, because we're going to be doing a lot of hiring and firing, I want to find a city that or a house that has a noble house, that is, that has a Fletcher, so I can buy a Fletcher because I need a masterwork bow, and a house that has hunters cabins, so we can get hunters. Because hunters are obviously very, very good as ranged specialists, and they can be quite hard to get a hold of. Let's move forward here like this. Good stabbing, Randolph. I might just take the high ground there with Robert. Yeah, that's good. Who's a threat here? Let's go. Try to take the archer out of the game. It's night time, so he shouldn't be that effective. Shouldn't. Otmar could be in for a few punches. So look at Hildrick, because he's confident, up to 57. Very nice. Evening, Good shooting, Hildrick. So for those of you who want to join, let me know. And all of these brothers are available. I'll name them after my viewers quite happily. Okay, Randolph, you are very surrounded, so you got to get your shield up, my man. We'll kill this axe nerd as quick as we can. Stun didn't work. I just got to stop this guy from taking that high position. Oh, nice. Good hit. Tempted actually to move Otmar down, but no. The Hoggart will be on him on the next turn. Let's see what. Move back, and then we'll see if Robert or maybe Halstein can take that position. Just a little wooden thresh. It's not that dangerous at all. Good accuracy, Robert. Randolph is being an absolute boss, holding off all these enemies. Good shot. Hildrick hasn't missed a shot yet. Let's hurry up and kill these nerds as quick as we can so we can get the daggers out and start stabbing Hoggart. Yeah, we can name the Archer Sparrow, sure. Well, if that's your name submission, then yeah, sure. Oh, that was a mistake. I wasn't paying attention. I should have had Randolph the shield up. Oh, bad miss. Otmar, I need you to be stabbing these nerds here. Hoggart's gonna do some damage now. Ow! Oh. Okay, we just got to make sure that Randolph gets out of this, because he's going to be an axe rider, so I desperately want him. 29% hardly seems worth it, but that was lucky. A couple more stabs I get, and Hogarth's morale is going to completely break. Jeez, Randolph. Good work. Exhausted. Damn. Yeah, he doesn't have great fatigue. But it's very unusual to get a tailor to be a decent fighter. Damn. Oh, thank goodness. Yes! Well struck. Just surround him, even though the other lads... Nice, good work, Halstein. Oh, so close. Yeah, you better run. Off you go. Oh, one more. Okay, so first set of chainmail off the first fight, and no one's died. Exactly what you want. Ah, yes, excellent. Well fought, men. Salt, good. Atmar, the banner bro. So you need resolve and fatigue and range defense. Because he's going to be a banner bro, he's always going to have a weapon that gives him plus 10 chance to hit, so his melee skill can be, you know, not as great as the rest, and you know, we can get around that. Hildrich, you've got the highest accuracy. Well, it's not great, but compared to the other brothers, so we'll give you the short bow. And then Hildrich the archer, we can give you the crossbow, but for now, just keep using the pitchfork. You ain't going to hit shit with that. Obviously, Halstein's our most important brother, so he'll always get the best armor. Next most important, I think, is our determined militiaman, so Robert. Oh, that's amazing, Duck. Yours, your first breakthrough +1 assault rifle is nice. I think that's War of the Chosen, of course, for those of you not familiar. XCOM expansion. I think probably the best one you can get right from the start would be there's one that gives +1 damage to all basic weapons. Sure thing, Duck. Yours, you're getting in here early. So all three of these guys up front. So you've got Robert, who's going to be a hammer raider. He's a determined militiaman, and then you've got Halstein, who's a bloodthirsty, brave companion. He's going to be an axe raider. Then you've got Randolph, the gluttonous, dexterous tailor, who's also going to be an axe raider. So one thing that I learned from some of the offline play that I did, in terms of how I'm going to level my frontline guys, I'm going to start taking holdout on them. Axe raider, sure. And this is going to be a little bit controversial, I know, but here's my thinking about the holdout. I wanted a defensive skill, and it was either holdout or steel brow. Now, steel brow is amazing because obviously it stops you from getting crit and hit in the head. But I thought back to a lot of the fights in the previous seasons that have gone badly for me, and a lot of the time, let's say, for example, in the war, the late-game war, and an enemy crossbowman will start the fight off by hitting one of your guys with a crossbow bolt and giving him a pierced hand. That guy with a pierced hand is essentially combat ineffective for that entire fight with a single shot because he's suffered minus accuracy to his melee skill. If you have holdout, you just take the hit point damage, which obviously sucks, but you won't suffer that stat gimping of your stats from the injury. And it's not only that, a lot of the enemies, or some of them I'm sure, have Executioner. But if your brother has holdout, you won't take an injury. So then that makes enemies that have Executioner, they don't get any value out of the Executioner skill. So it's doubly useful. That's the theory, at least. We'll see how well, if at all, it works out. do I need here? Not really much, actually. Now it's just a case of buying more brothers, getting us up to 10 or, 12 reasonably as quick as we can. Onward, men! Back to Garden Fest. Actually, it was a messenger. I thought maybe there was a... what's it called again? Caravan guard. I definitely want a caravan guard in my company, so if he survives to late game, we can increase our inventory size, which is very nice. Siegelfest. Hopefully I'll get a good price here for the salt. That's a very nice price. I will always buy fishing nets as soon as I can, right on the spot. Fishing nets are amazing. Okay, a grave digger. It's pretty damn good, actually. Minstrel. So I'm going to keep a minstrel in the company for the morale boost. Not only that, I want to get the achievement for stunning someone with a loot. This campaign I want to try and get a bunch of achievements as well. Bit of an achievement hunter. But we can always come back for the minstrel later. Let's get our company up to strength first. Caravan hand, very nice. I'll hire him. Hopefully he has good stats. He does not. And he's a dastard, which sucks. So he's got the star distributions that would make him a good sergeant, but his starting resolve and the fact that he's a dastard means that he's not really any good. So we will just label him as a sword raider, who I'm going to want to replace at some point. I might end up not needing to replace him. I mean, if only he had a higher starting resolve and he wasn't dastard. The problem is he's going to start at... does this mean he's going to start at wavering, so it's minus 10%. So actually his melee skill is 51, which isn't that great. Anyway, he'll do for a little while. It's a pity. I'm gonna have to get rid of him. He has to be... Yeah, I can't keep him. Needs a helmet though. Sort of head covering. What do we got here? Straw hat. Hood. Straw hats look awful. I can't bear giving someone a straw hat. Looks so stupid. I should probably put Halstein on the flank. Yeah, with his good armor. 45 head armor, we've actually got better here, 50 there. But, let's get some work. And I may as well keep running from city to city. I mean, we're going to get a choose an ambition, and I'm going to go for make friends with the village. After this, we'll probably take visit every city, which is quite a good one. And then after that, we'll take 2,000 gold for a battle standard. Shit. We absolutely can't do this fight. We're going to get our asses kicked, yes. We've got to run away. This is too difficult for us. Run away. This is expert difficulty, so we... Oh god, miss! Ow! Yeah, there's no ways we could win this fight. This would wipe us. Effectively, these raiders are like level 5 or 6, and we're all level 1s. Maybe if we had some flails, we could pop these guys without their helmets. They'd pop their heads open, but no, we don't. Bravely ran away, away. Oh, Golden Company. And I think for my archers in this playthrough, I am going to build them as light armor specialists. So like normally I would give them that full mail hauberk, which is 150 armor. It's pretty heavy, it's like 18 fatigue. I'm going to try building them with just leather armor and like nimble and dodge. Because I don't want the fatigue hit that they're going to suffer from wearing the heavier armor. I mean, 9 out of 10 times, your archers are only taking damage from other ranged enemies. So I think the extra defense they'll get from dodge, and that's going to combine with anticipation as well. So they're going to be very, very tough to hit from range. I mean, they will eventually get that Twinkle Toes ability, I forget what it's called. So if say someone catches them in melee range, they can just run away. Footwork, it's called. Run away! Can I get around these nerds and get down to Kampstad? I don't think so. What you got for us? 420, yes please. Collapsed hiding place. It should be just a few thugs. I'm actually encouraged to see a little bit of a swamp here because, from what I understand, cities that have swamps near them are more likely to have cultists in them. And as I mentioned, we definitely want at least one cultist. Nope. 160 gold for a farmhand though, that's very, very cheap. I will take that. So not great stats. We'll make him as a sword raider and mark him to be replaced. Duck Yours, you wanted to be an axe raider. Knew the night. Me. Knew the night. Wait, that's wrong. Axe raider, it's your name that I must change. Drive off brigands. It's good coffee. This is actually quite nice. This is why I like expert mode. See, there's some thugs and one raider. I mean, sure, the raider is a little scary, but the fact that there's that raider there, it means you kill the thugs pretty damn quick and easy. And then maybe do you want this wooden stick? I'm thinking I want one person to be able to use a hunter's axe just to get through some shields potentially. Nah, I think we're fine like this. So that raider being there, we can hopefully just keep him stunned with new, deal with the thugs, and then we'll dagger the raider and get some nice armor off of him. That's the plan. Seven of them. It's actually a fair amount, but we're up to 8 brothers. I'm just pouring my coffee here. I'm very hungover, so I need coffee. Alright, take the high ground, lads, quick as you can. That's nice. He's got very nice armor and a flail. We certainly don't want to go there. We cannot fight this guy with height advantage and a dagger. That's pretty friggin' scary, actually. We'll put our lads here like this. 1, 2, 3, and then maybe like 4. That guy can stay there. I'm glad that he's just going to the going for his javelins. would be way worse if he ran at us with that flail. It would be pretty scary. I mean, he's quite likely to miss most of those javelins. Nice headshot. Damn. Get up there, Hildrich. And I think... Oh no, Hildrich, you can stay there, and maybe you can support Eberhard. Hit. Is there someone down there? Who's that down there? It's a sure. Oh, that was lucky. 37% chance to hit. Oh, shot Hildrich. We've got a couple Hildrichs here. Ow! Ah! 85% it missed. Let's see, turn done, acting 3 turns, acting 2 turns. Yeah, Otmar. See, this is perfect. All the thugs are just fleeing, and then we can just swarm this guy and take his armor. So in some ways, playing expert combat difficulty actually makes the game easier because it gives you access to better armor quicker, and it's one raider at a time. Nice, Hildrich. Get him. Don't let that guy get away. Everyone else, go to your daggers. This is perfect. I know I've got him caught on height disadvantage. I mean, he still hits very, very hard. Oh, good God. See, and broken nose. And if I had holdout, I could have avoided that broken nose. And I will have holdout eventually. Get him, lads. Get him. Touch scary, because we're going to have to spend an entire turn just getting into range. Perfect. Well done, Nu. Keeping him stunned up. And now my archers should be able to chuck some nets on him. You just chain net him. And then the other people who can't dagger him will just prepare to give him the surround. As soon as his morale breaks, we need to surround him. Oh, come on, lads. Hold. Let's see, Hildrich. Whoopsie. Actually, wasn't the right move. Missing these frickin' stuns, boys. The dagger stabs, I mean, come on, here we go. There it is. There goes the morale. Awesome, one more. And that's given us a flail early on. Brand new war. We didn't get his helmet, unfortunately. Slit their throats or take their arms and chase them away. We are good guys. We're not getting paid for killing. Everybody, so as a hammer raider, you need melee skill, you need melee defense, and you need fatigue. But I'll tell you what, +4 without a star on resolve is pretty damn good. We'll keep pitting fatigue in a little while. I reckon we'll leave everybody's resolve at 50 or 45. I'd say 50. Well, no, we'll leave it at 45, and then that'll be enough to get them through to level 11, and then just for the veteran levels, we can get it from 45 to 50. Excuse me. Student at level 1 is absolutely, I think, the right thing to do. Oh, that resolve is frickin' terrible. I was considering making Nu the Mace Master, but the fact that he's bloodthirsty makes him a great axe raider, because every time he gets a kill, it'll be a decapitation. It's going to be so cool to see. Gildrick, the archer. Go. Nu. This is my other axe raider. Randolph. I'm going to have to work on his fatigue. His fatigue's no good. Who do I give the flail to? I think probably Nu the Knight. Or Robert's probably a good, yeah, he's going to be fairly accurate. I definitely want my most accurate person to have the bludgeon. Just, as you saw, being able to stun a high threat target is very important. No head covering available here. Just thinking Otmar, let's actually, you don't have, you can stab in and step in and help with the stabbing occasionally. I'm handing these butlers just in case they get caught into melee range. They can still do something. I am Roger. I make, design. Hang on, food is diversity. What? That doesn't seem right. Alright. All I bought them was some bread. Oh, and we've got dried fruits. Alright, well, bonus. I make, design, and sell shrubberies. I am Roger, the shrubber. Let's get our next hire in. Torvald, the farmhand. The Corine. What is the Corine? Let's see what the description is for that. Brothers Wiki. Perks, skills, talents. That's not a background. And it is under. It's, hang on, the description's at the back of the backgrounds. It doesn't matter. I want a minstrel. He's probably going to be quite shite, but what the hell. Ooh, interesting. 3 stars in ranged skill. It's great that he's got 3 stars, but the fact that his starting stat of 35 is so low, he'll never be a viable archer. But I think we could probably make him a decent sword raider who doesn't need to be replaced. His fatigue could be a bit higher and his hit points are fairly low, but he has got a star there. And being gluttonous, he might become fat, which could give him extra hit points. Okay, I think he's actually an acceptable sword raider. We'll chuck him on the front line, see what he can do for us. I need another pitchfork, though. Don't need that or that. That's junk. That's junk. That's junk. I'm quite pleased with the start we've gotten off to. I think it's going well. The size of our group is getting bigger quite pleasingly quickly. And I think only 1 or 2 so far have had to be marked to be replaced because they are terrible fighters. Let's go with a couple of these ridiculous looking straw hats. Good, we're a fairly decent fighting force now compared to how early a game it is. Tools, I need tools. Too expensive now though. Hang on, did I treat the broken nose? I did. I think we'll head south and try get to Campstad again. Could also be worth it if we try to find a little hut that's got some zombies in. That's always an excellent source of chainmail in the early game. Come start. What have you got for us? We'll take a look in a sec. I just want to see who's here to be hired. A retired soldier, I eventually want one. Rat catchers, I don't hire. That's actually a good price for a caravan hand, and he comes with a nice dagger, so I'll hire him once we get some more money in. We'll come back for Arnulf. Did I already hire a caravan hand? But he's going to be replaced already, so hopefully the other caravan hand has stats that mean we don't have to replace him. Okay, what do you have for us? Please don't be... it's just a delivery. 710. Deliver cargo. It's going to be very far, but that's a very good price. I accept. And it's going to give us a chance to heal up. 60 is a touch expensive. And hopefully, on the way there, we can find a little hut with some zombies in. Okay, we're off to a great start. Let's take a little break, and when we come back, we're going to run all the way up to Bolestead in the northwest. Good start. The Golden Company, cracking start. Some good lads. 9, let's get up to 12 as soon as we can. Okay, thanks for watching. When we come back, we'll be delivering cargo to Casimir the Merchant in Bolestead to the northwest.